Hello and welcome back to the Delusional Daydreams podcast. I am your host, Ari Lou. And I took a break for the first time since I started this podcast last week. I know I've been preaching how I will not stop. I will keep going. I will do anything to tough through and make this project my priority. And I'm not saying that I didn't make this project my priority this last week, but I feel like I actually made myself my priority in this past week, taking some time off just with getting settled in, starting my new job. It was my birthday, then it was Thanksgiving, and then it was my stepmom's birthday. So it's just been like non-motherfucking stop. And I've been reading this new book. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's called The Alchemist. Who is it by? It's by someone. Anyways, I'm reading this book called The Alchemist, and holy mother trucking crap, man, is it filled with some of the most divine wisdom and nuggets of knowledge I've ever read in one singular book. And it's pretty crazy how, as I've been reading it, like I haven't just been gung-hoing and just pushing through it. I've kind of just been picking it up the nights where I feel energetically pulled to pulling it out and reading sections at a time. But every time I'm pulled to pull it out and get my nose deep in it, I notice that every section that I'm reading is like almost a direct reflection of something that I am going through in that current moment, or something I am stressing about or thinking about or kind of going through this mental anguish about. And it's just been like a very spiritual journey, me reading this book. And through reading this book, it's taught me a lot about slowing down to really fully indulge in the present moment and be guided through my heart space and my feelings, rather than feeling like I need to constantly be keeping up with a to-do list, like I should be doing this, and just like going through the motions almost to check things off a list to feel like I'm this productive ass robot in a sense. I'm trying to veer away from that and go more towards being a human and being guided and energetically being so invested in every single thing I'm doing, and not just doing things because I feel like I should be doing them, but doing them because I truly in my heart feel like that's the best thing for me to be doing right now. And in a way, by doing that, I feel like every single thing that I've been doing, even though I haven't been as productive by checking off as many things every single day, I have noticed that the things that I am working on and the things that I am invested in, the quality of my work has skyrocketed. And the things that I'm pursuing, the things I'm spending my time doing are truly moving me emotionally, like whether it be writing, whether it be podcasting, journaling, spending time with my dog, cooking, doing tarot, creating content. Whatever I'm being pulled to do in the moment, like instead of feeling like, okay, I need to do, 3 pieces of content every single day. One of them has to be this, one of them has to be this, one of them has to be this. I have to do a podcast every single week, and it has to be formatted like this, where I have to do my journal first, and then I have to go through and list everything out. Just instead of feeling like everything has to be so structured in a way that I feel like it should be, I'm just allowing things to be as they naturally flow and align to be. And like I said, that by doing that, everything has just been coming out so much more authentic, genuine, and the quality of everything in my mind and in my perspective has just skyrocketed. So yeah, I took a break from doing the podcast last week because it felt like I should do something, but energetically, like nothing felt like it was flowing, like I was going to have anything good to say. So I don't want this project to turn into something like homework where I dread it, because this truly is so therapeutic on my journey. And I want to make sure that when I'm doing this, I'm truly just aligning myself and I'm fully present and I'm not just fucking stressed out and thinking about every other thing I should be doing or that I have to accomplish once I get this done. So yeah, welcome back. It's good to be back. Another thing I'm going to be restructuring when it comes to this, I think I'm going to slow down on the editing. When it comes to the podcast, I've been really into editing and making sure I get all of my ums and pauses and anything that just doesn't make sense out of the way. And really just like, zooming in, zooming out, trying to make sure that I'm capturing the audience's attention because humanity has the attention of a fucking goldfish these days. But I've just been pulled to kind of release the perfectionist in me and making it feel like every single thing I put out there needs to be the best thing I've ever fucking created, because that's just not the case. That's just not realistic, especially with the volume that I'm hoping to create and with everything going on in my life. I just do not have the time to do that like I would like to. So I've been pulled to take this podcast in a more authentic direction where there will not be as much editing. It'll be more just me free flowing it, me just talking with you. So you can really get to know me as me and not the edited perfection, scripted almost version of me, right? Because I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. The way I speak isn't perfect either. So I want you guys to know me for me. So that's another thing I'm going to start implementing into this podcast. Let me know what you think of that. If you're not into it, if it's not happening, if it feels like things are dragging on, maybe I'll go back to other things. But like I said, not only do I have a bunch of stuff going on in my life, but I also have been pulled to start branching my energy into other projects as well. So not only doing this podcast, but branching this podcast out into other projects and into other ways for me to build my online business and not only have creative pursuits beyond this, but also create a side hustle, because I'm starting to realize that with my current full-time job, which I still consider in my mind like the full-time job that I got to regain my independence and feel like I'm being a part of society, I'm conforming to the rules of my parents with living here and just having to adult, get my shit together. This full-time job that I got, I still in my mind consider that to be my side gig. Right? Because that is not the career I am hoping to pursue truly. Granted, it is my backup plan. It's always nice to have that backup plan. But energetically speaking, I always think of that as like my side gig, and everything that I'm doing here and online and my own side gigs, my truest pursuits. I think of that as my truest business. So even though I'm not actually making money off of anything that I'm doing right now, I am looking at ways to expand my finances to help further my independence so that I don't necessarily have to pick up more shifts and work more hours at my full-time job, but I can actually do the opposite. Once things start thriving and whatever it is I'm pursuing and I'm building, then I can actually cut back on the hours that I'm working on my full-time job and maybe go part-time, if not needing it at all. So yeah, just a quick little life update. Another update I'm going to be doing to this is I'm not going to be making them as long. When I first started this podcast, each episode was like 10 to 15 minutes. And honestly, that was perfect. That was perfect because it really allowed me to get a lot of depth into just a little bit of time. And then as far as the editing process goes and getting things out there, it was manageable, truly. So I definitely want to get back to that where, I'm not doing 30, 45 minutes or like an hour long episode, because like I said, I do not have the time for that right now. Does that mean it's going to be like this forever? Absolutely not, because nothing is stagnant. The only thing that's constant within this universe is change. So we're going to ebb and flow as life ebb and flows. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for being here with me. Today is more of just like a quick update in energetically where I've been pulled, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and where this is going to go moving forward. And I'm so excited to just be sharing all the little bits of nuggets that I am gaining and I am perceiving through this roller coaster of a life. You know, every day has just been different, I think is the right word. You know, I have my good days, I have my bad days, and I wouldn't even say good versus bad, but more like high energy versus low energy and pushing through versus like flowing. You know, every day is different, and I'm excited to share that whole process with you and the insights that I'm having, because I feel like as I'm stepping further and further into flowing through my heart space and being guided through my heart space, I'm just gaining more and more clarity on what it is I'm meant to do here on this earth, who I am deep down, who I've always been, but never had the capacity to see truly in the mirror who I am. So every single day, just getting closer and closer to the clarity on who I am, what I'm meant to be doing in this world. And you guys are a huge part of it. So I just want to thank you for being here with me through this whole journey of mass chaos. Anyways, I think that's all I have for today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year. We're almost at the new year. I can't believe it's already December. What the frack? Where did time go? Holy smokes. Yeah. So until next time, Ari Lou signing out. Peace punch, Captain Crunches. Okay, bye.